Hello viewers, welcome back. Before we move into the subject of this session, I would like to make few announcements. Firstly, uh, what I'm planning to do is that every week I will be uploading two videos, one on Tuesday and one on Friday, so that it is not overloaded. So you will have two new videos every week from my side. And also what I've been seeing is that my videos I'm trying to keep within 15-20 minutes, but somehow I'm not able to stick to that short videos, because the subject is that such that I would I mean, like, thrilled to complete the whole thing in one session. So what I'm planning is that let me just see how I can break this into a session of maximum 15-20 minutes, so that your interest span is also stays on till the end of the session. Okay, so I'll try and see that how I can do it. So in case if the subject is or the topic is longer, let me just break it up into multiple logical sessions. Okay, so let's get into the session for today's topic. Today we will see, in the last session we saw how to create a company in Tally, both in Tally ERP9 and also in Tally Prime. So now in this session, we will see two things. One is that how do you alter information for your company, and what are the informations that you can alter safely, and what informations while altering you have to make sure that you are not messing up with your data. Okay, and also we will be quickly viewing the default accounts or the default groups and ledgers that Tally creates the moment a user creates a new company. Okay. So first, let's start with company alteration. So now here on Tally, you are seeing Tally ERP screen where I've already selected a company, which is PTPL, where we saw in the last session where I had created these three companies with the abbreviation of my company. So this is Potential Trading Private Limited. So let me just close this company, right? So for me to shut the company or close the company, right, I'm going to now use my secret number one, that is my right hand side button bar. So you see on the right hand side. Okay, so what I noticed is that when I was going through the video, I noticed that this picture of mine is on the right hand side corner. So that means basically the top button bar on the right hand side corner is not visible to all of you. I mean, that is what I noticed. So I will whenever I am referring to the right hand side button bar, I will try and resize Tally window so that the viewers are able to see what are the buttons that I'm talking about. So now I'm basically going to talk about the button which allows you to shut the company, that is on the right hand side of your button bar. It's on the top part of it, where currently you are not able to see because my image is there. So let me just quickly resize in such a way so that the fonts are also visible, and at the same time you are able to see the command. Okay, I think this is now clearer for all of you. So for me to shut the company, so my secret number one is there is this button which says shut company, and the hotkey is F1 with single underline. Now all of us know how to use this hotkey. So I'm going to press Alt, and I'm holding Alt key and I'm pressing F1. Now the company is shut. Okay, so now we are in the company information screen. So let me select the company. So my cursor is already there on company selection, right? So I press enter, and this is where I had pre-created the company. And in the last session we saw that there was the spelling error in my company. So if you see the second company, this company which is highlighted now, you will see that it is PS, it has to be PL. PL is private limited. So now, while creating the company, I have made this mistake. Now the question is, can I go and alter the information of the company? Yes, Tally allows you to alter the information of your company. So how do we alter the information in the company information screen, right? So for you to alter the information, you will first select the company which you want to alter any information. So I'm going to select this company where I want to alter the name of the company. So I'm entering here and Tally is selected this company, and now I want to alter this. How do I do an alter, right? So again, your secret is going to help. So secret number one, if you see on the right hand side button bar, you have this button, and one button it says company info, CMP INFO. So CMP stands for company, INFO stands for info. So I want to now alter my company information, right? So what I do is I can take my mouse here, I can click here, I can use my keyboard shortcut, right? So let me just click here and enter. So the moment I click here, Tally is taken me to the company information menu. So here, if you notice, we were in gateway of Tally, so it also gives you the path that we are navigating. So you see this gateway of Tally. From gateway of Tally, we are now in the menu of company information, and under company information, these are the various actions that I can do in the company information. Okay, so first let's see how can I alter this information. So if you see, one of the menu talks about the menu which says you can alter the company information. Now again, the hotkey here for alter is A, which is bold. So I'm going to press A, and then it is giving me the, if I have more than one company or whatever company is listed here, Tally is going to give me the list of companies. So I'm going to select this company, and now I am in the company alteration screen. If you notice here, if you see the title says that company alteration. Now in the alteration screen, if you notice, there is one thing missing, right? So what is that missing? If you see in the company alteration screen, you will not have the directory, because the company is already in the directory that you have selected, right? So you are going to only alter the information for that company that you have already created. Okay, so that is why you don't have the path or the directory. Okay, so now here, this is the name of the company. So I have to just alter this. So I can just press end key, and my cursor comes to the end of my name. Just use backspace, and I will say, now I have to hold shift key, because all this I want in the capital. So PSPL. Okay, so this is the information that I have to alter. And when I'm altering it, it automatically, again, it populates the name of the company. So here I'm going to just make it as Potential Solutions Private Limited. Okay, now supposing if I want to only just alter the name of the company, what do I do? So let me just again come back and show you. You don't have to every time keep entering this, right? So what I do, again, I come here. I'm already in the alter screen. Enter here. I'm going to select here. What is that information that I want to alter now? The information that I want to alter is just that name. Okay, so I'm going to press end here. Okay, come back and then say PL. Nothing else I want to alter, because now if I press enter, in the previous screen we saw that it automatically, every time when you are the name, when you are in the alteration or creation of this company, the name whatever is entered there will get auto populated in your mailing name. Okay, so now I want to retain the mailing name as it is, and all the other information I don't want to alter any information. So now what I do is that I'm going to use my keyboard shortcut. In the couple of session back, I told you about in the F12 configuration, that how you can accept the screen as it is after you have modified some information. So in this case, I have modified the name of the company. The rest of the information I don't want to meddle with. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this keyboard shortcut to accept as it is, that is Control A. So when I press Control A, automatically the company gets saved with the changes that I have done. Okay, and then now if you notice here, it is now renamed it as per the name that I have provided in the company name, that is PSPL. So this is the correct name. Now what are the other things that what is one important thing that you have to be careful about altering the information is what we will see now. So let us go to alteration again. I go to alter here, select this company, right? So this is very important, right? So your financial year beginning from, right? So you can't go and change your financial year beginning from. Okay, if you change, right? So what happens, like what do you change? Like for example, sometimes I've seen people are struggling to move to the next financial year, and I have seen use cases where after the end of the financial year, people come here, so they think that now, okay, for me to go to the next financial year, I have to change the financial year beginning from. So let's say I have 1920 data, and my new financial year, April is come. So you don't have to come here. Okay, so this is automatically changed here, so I have to just say, let me also select the state. Okay, now I don't have to come and change my new financial year. This is to tell Tally that the beginning of your financial year data capturing is going to happen from the first year onwards. So don't change the financial year. Okay, and also you should not change the books beginning from. Right. For example, let us say if the books beginning from is from 1st of April, and some date if you are changing. For example, I say my books is going to begin from 1st of June. Okay, Tally is going to give you a warning. Okay, what does it say? It says data entered before this date will be lost. So now Tally is asking you, do you want to continue? Assume that you can see this in the gray screen, that assume that, I mean, like my financial year is 1/4/20, and my books beginning from was 1/4/20, and I have started capturing the information, right? So now if I go and change here, and sometimes what happens, I have seen people, financial year beginning from 1/4/20, my books beginning from for my next financial year, people go and enter 1/4. If it is 1/4/20, let's say for the next financial year, they go and enter 1/4/2021, and people are in hurry. I have seen cases where people have lost the data, so they don't read this. The warning that Tally gives. Just press enter, and what happens? All the data that you have entered for the previous year, which is from your financial year 1/4/20, will get lost. So it is very important that in the alteration. So I'm going to say no, and in the alteration screen, basically you can alter the company name, mailing name, and various other things. But make sure that after you have started capturing the data, you are not going to meddle with this thing. Okay, the other aspect. So first we created the company without the security control. At a later point in time, let us say now I have more people in my accounts department, and now I want to enable security control. So how do I enable security control? Right. So I have not enabled security control. If you see here, Alt F1, I'm shutting this company, enter, and again I'm selecting this company. Now when I select this company, the company is automatically loading, and all the information can be viewed by the person who is now, loaded the company. Right. So now, because security control was not required for me when I created the company, now there is a need for me to do it. How do I enable security control? Right. So again, what you do is part of your company information. So you see on the right hand side button bar, you have this F3 company information. So Alt F3 and single underline. So I'm going to press Alt F3, and you will see here there is this option called security control. The hotkey is E. Now, before you start giving the security control, you have to enable the primary security control, right? So how do you enable that? You have to now go to the alteration screen. Okay, enter, and then select the company, and you will get this use security control. You will make this as yes, and security control related informations are there, which we will do it as a separate session, understanding the security control and Tally Vault. Okay, so you do this, specify your username, password, and then you save, and Tally will give you a message saying that it will reload the company. You press yes, it will reload the company, and once it reloads the company, now it will start asking you the username and password what you have specified. Okay, so this is how you can alter company information, and also after you have created a company, you can enable the security control through the company information menu or the button. Okay, so shutting company, we have already seen, we have seen how to alter the company. So now what happens is that the moment you create a company in Tally, so we have just created the company in Tally, right? So this is the information it says. It says my current period. We have seen this already. It says, it gives the current period. It gives you your current date, and also it says no vouchers are entered. And if you see here, we just created the company. We have not created any master. So what is this master? If you see on the right hand side, on the gateway of Tally, we have this masters. So which means, if you again recall, we had discussed in a couple of sessions back the terminology of group and ledger. Okay, so the accounting master is basically, you need a group where you can classify your related ledgers in that particular group, and you need a ledger for you to start capturing the transactions related to that ledger. So we have understood what a group and ledger is, right? So you have this accounting master, right? So before even you start creating, what Tally has done is that Tally gives you some default masters, right? So let us see what are the masters that Tally gives you, so that you don't have to go and create them again. So this is where the fundamentals of accounting that we learned, where we saw the component of balance sheet, component of P&L account, right? So all those information, since it is going to be a standard reporting for all the companies almost across the world, right? So Tally says that why should you have to waste your time and create this thing, since it is going to be a global requirement for any type of organization, be it be a service oriented organization, trading organization, or a manufacturing organization, right? So let's see that what are the accounts that Tally is going to give you by default the moment you create a company. So how do I see my list of account? So you will see from the gateway of Tally, you have a menu called display, and the hotkey for display is D. So I'm going to press D, and now from the gateway of Tally, this is how you read this information from the gateway of Tally. Now I am in display menu. Under display menu, there are various other options of display that the user can view. So one of the things that I am looking for under the display menu is the list of account. So I want to see my list of account, the default list of account that Tally gives you. So I again take my cursor, or I can take my mouse. So let me do all the combination, right? So now I'm taking my mouse here, and I'm going to double click. The moment I double click, Tally is going to give me the list of groups, okay, and the ledgers. Okay, so this is the list of groups and the ledgers that are provided by Tally. And in our next session, we will have to spend a little more time on this and try to understand the structure, okay, and the hierarchy. It is very important, and also it is important for us to I mean, like, see which one is a group, or how do you know that from this list which are the names which are group, and we know now what is the function of a group, and which of the name is a ledger. So those things we will see in our next session. So this is the default group. So basically what Tally does is Tally is giving you 28 groups, and if you notice here, all these groups we had already seen this. If you see, we said capital account, we saw in our financial statement, okay, and then we saw current asset. Then under current asset, we discussed that various sub current assets, different kind of current assets are there, which is your bank account, cash in hand, your deposits, your loans and advances, your stock in hand, inventory in case if you are a trader or a manufacturer, then your salary debtors if you are having parties where you are dealing on credit sales and credit. purchases. Okay, so you have your duties and taxes. The provisions also, we have learned the provision part. Then your sundry creditors when you're buying on credit. Then you have your P&L account item, which is your direct expenses. Okay, your direct income, then fixed assets. So basically this is getting listed in the alphabetical order. Okay, it is all, I mean, like, part of balance sheet and also part of P&L account. So we will see in Tally Prime, how there is an enhancement that has happened in the list of account. So for people to basically, reflect and see that, how, what are the items that are forming part of my balance sheet and what are the items that are forming part of my P&L account. It is here, it is just getting listed in the sequence of the alphabetical name. Okay, so fixed asset, which is part of my balance sheet. Then you see here, you have direct expenditure, direct income, which is part of my P&L account. Then you have this fixed asset, which is part of my balance sheet. Then again, you have your indirect expenses, indirect income. Your investment is part of your asset. Okay, loan liability is part of your balance sheet. Then you have this OD account. Then you have secured loan, unsecured loan, miscellaneous expenses, purchase account. Okay, sale account, suspense account. We will also discuss about what is the suspense account. Okay, then we have this thing. Okay, so this is the default that is already there, and we will understand uh, in the next section how do we see this, right? So basically what Tally says, that it says at the bottom, it says there are 28 groups and there are two ledgers. Okay, out of these 28 groups, there are 15 primary groups which Tally provides you, and also the balance 13 are your subgroup. So we will understand in detail how do we read this. Okay, this is basically is called as chart of account. Again, uh, for a very effective MIS management system that you want to build for your organization in Tally, your chart of account plays a very, very important, crucial, and critical role. Okay. Now, this chart of account is like your blueprint of your dream home. Right. So you, whatever is your dream home, you discuss with your architect, and then you get a blueprint, or the drawings are made before even you start constructing. So similarly, for your beautiful dream of your organization to get the information that you're looking for at the click of a button, much easier, faster, and with multiple levels of information, if you're looking for, your chart of account is going to be very critical and very crucial. Okay, so this is about the company alteration and the default ledger that Tally provides you the moment you create your company. So let us now quickly see what are the how do you now alter information, your company information in Tally Prime, and we will also see what changes the Tally Prime is brought in the list of account. So rest everything remains the same. There is no change, except that we will see how do you now navigate to go and alter the company information in Tally Prime, the experience in Tally Prime, and also we will see the list of chart of accounts. Okay, so let me just minimize this, and then I'm going to open Tally Prime. So this is the company that we have already created, right? So let me here again quickly resize this so that the right hand side button bar and other things are visible to you properly. Okay. So if you notice here, on the right hand side button bar, okay, so you I mean, like, you don't have this company information, right? So how do I now alter the information of my company? So you have on the right hand side button bar. Now again, if you see, there are a lot of things that you can do in the right hand side button bar. So they are all the common actionables of a similar nature. They are grouped or clubbed inside a button. For example, if you see here, I think in the last session I had mentioned about it, but then because of the image of mine which was there, you would have not able to see. So I hope now this is going to be visible to all of you, right? And if you see here, these are the only two buttons that are available here, and the F12 configuration button is missing here in the gateway of Tally, unlike the Tally ERP. Okay, so now if you notice, there are two buttons here. It says date and it also says company. Okay, so now there is this left pointing arrow which is active, which is, it is not disabled, it is, active. So if you want to see what are the other actionables related to date, that are, part of my, this date button. So if you just click on this, if you notice my cursor, I'm taking to that left pointing arrow, and I'm just clicking here. The moment I click here, so these are the two actionable button related to date. So if you just press F2, you can change the date. If you press Alt and F2, you can specify a period. A period is basically, you can say, what is the, information that you're looking for a given period from and to date. Okay, so that's about the date part. Now let us see on the company, it says F3 company. So that means what is that I can do with the company thing, right? So now I come here, and I click here, right? So these are the three things that I can do in the company. So one is, if I want to select a new company, right? If you see in Tally ERP, if I've loaded this company, okay, let me just come here. Okay, so, and if you see here, I have selected a company. If I want to select more company, if I want to bring more company into Tally, then you have this button here which says F1 select company. So in Tally ERP9, when I press F1, okay, if I press F1, Tally is going to give me the list of other companies in this folder. And we have also learned that if I want to select some other company from some other folder, all I need to do is press backspace, and I can specify the path so that I can select that company from a different path. Okay, so this is the select company. So select company here, this is a slight change in your keyboard shortcut compared to your ERP to Tally Prime. So this is to select company in ERP is F1 to select company, but whereas for you to, you have selected this company here, and for you to select some other company in the same folder or from a different folder, right? So what you need to do is that you have to press Alt F3. In ERP, F1 to select a company, Alt F3 is to select a company. Okay. So F3 company is basically, I can again go and, use this, and then I can, create a company, I can alter a company. So this is where I can go and alter also using my secret number one, which is my button bar. Okay, so before going into the alteration, we will just see what are the things that you can do. So one is that I can do this F3, okay, and I can use Alt and Control, right? So instead of, using the mouse, taking your mouse and then, pointing to the arrow and then pressing enter, the another trick that you have to learn in Tally Prime is that, whenever you see a button, and if there is this active arrow which is visible to you, that means there are more commands related to, in the first case it is related to date, and in the second case it is related to company. So what all things that I can do with the company is that you have now this, you have this Alt and Control button, right? So what you do is, whenever you feel that when you are looking at your button bar, what you want to do, or what you want to achieve, if it is not visible on the face of your button bar, right? So there are other tricks that you need to learn. One is that, yes, I mean, like, you will click this button. Instead of that, you just press Alt. When you press Alt, if you notice all the Alt commands, you will see the button has changed. If I am now holding Alt button, so now Alt F2 is period. That is what we saw when we clicked through the mouse. And Alt F3 is to select a company. If I want to select a company, I can use Alt F3 to select a company. Okay. Now I've released my Alt key. So it has come back to date and company. So let me now press Control key. So what is the control related command for F3? So now F3 has got three commands, especially in case of a company, you have one F3, then you have one F3 with single underline, which is the Alt command, and you have another F3 with double underline, which is your control command. So all this, you can bring it on the face of the button bar by using your Alt and Control key. So now I'm pressing Control, and let us see what happens. On the right hand side, you are seeing F3 company. I am now going to press Control, and when I press Control F2, there is nothing, there is no command, so it is blank. Okay, but below Control F3 is a command to shut the company. So if I want to shut the company, I press Control F3. So this is the keyboard shortcut. As you, for the new users, as you keep using it, just keep your eyes open and then see what are the keyboard shortcuts that are there, so that over a period of time you can learn them and quickly start working in Tally. Okay, so that's about your the company. So one, I can just press F3 here. It is going to give me the list what I can do. So various all different actions that I can do is available to me here. In Prime, there are multiple ways to access this information. Okay, that's another very nice thing that has happened in Tally Prime. So I can go here and alter my company, right? Let me just first take this route and then see how do I alter my company. Okay, so I go to alter company. The same screen that what you are seeing here is there, and we also know that what the financial year and the books beginning from is what basically you cannot alter that, and we also understood the implication of that. But if you want security control, now you get this F12 configuration here, right? So I press F12 here, and then there is this option saying use user access control. I can come here, and then I can press enter, and then I can press Control A, or then I have to press Control A or just press enter to save it. Okay, so this is one. So I press Control A and see now the security control is here, like what we did in Tally ERP in the alteration screen. We come here and enable security control, and security control related options we will enable them. Okay. So currently I don't want this. So if I want to hide this, I can just come here and then I can say hide. So remember this, okay, F12 is going to play a very, very key role, especially in your master creation, voucher entry creation, your company creation screen, and the other master creations. Okay, so this is one way of altering your information, right? So the other way is that we had discussed when we did the introduction to Tally Prime, that the top one now in Tally Prime is a menu. So what you see here is a menu. It is not just a button. So now here, the first menu in your top of your Tally Prime, it says company related information. What are the things that you can do? Like what we saw in Tally ERP Alt F3, company information. Similarly, you have one, you press F3, it will ask you multiple choice are given to you. Create company, alter company, select a company from some other thing. All those things can be done by just pressing F3, which is a universal key, right, for company related information. Okay, so the other way of altering your company is you bring your cursor here, click here, or you press Alt K. When you click here, it is now going to give you various other actions that you can perform related to company information, right? So company create, now I can press enter, I can create another company. Alter is where I can go to alter company. Now if you want to change a company, if I have more than one company loaded, which we also saw in a couple of session back, how you can load more than one company and how you can bring at any given point in time one company as an active company, right? So then to select a company, shut company. Okay, now in Tally ERP9, shut company is Alt F1. When you say Alt F1, Tally is going to shut this loaded company. In Tally Prime, to shut a company is Control F3. There's a slight change in your keyboard combination. Okay, so select company in Tally ERP was F1. To select a company here in Tally Prime, you have Alt F3. Okay, so not major changes have happened as far as the keyboard shortcuts are concerned. There are a couple of changes which I will highlight. So this is the first change that you will encounter when you are migrating from Tally ERP to Tally Prime. Okay, so this is all those information that you have. Okay, so you can enable security control and all those actions can be done. Now, quickly let us see that what are the enhancements or changes that has been brought uh, in comparison with Tally ERP and Tally Prime as far as the menu of the gateway of Tally is concerned. Right. So let me just quickly minimize this. Okay, I'll get this. I'm just resizing so that we are able to see the changes that are being brought in as far as the gateway of Tally is concerned from ERP to Tally Prime. Okay. So if you see again, so this is another very nice thing that Tally has done for, transitioning people from ERP to Tally Prime. So if there is a drastic, or if there is a paradigm shift in the way the Tally Prime navigation and other thing comes, because of lakhs and lakhs of customers, licensed users of Tally customers should not get into the difficulty or trouble of getting used to Tally Prime, right? So this is a nice thing that slowly small things are happening. Majority of the thing what people have been doing in Tally ERP9, you continue doing this without any hardship or hassles, right? So some changes have happened as far as gateway of Tally is concerned, right? So if you see here, master is the master. We will again, in the upcoming session, we will discuss about each of the masters, right? So in the master now, we have accounting inventory. Okay, now the moment you create a company, by default Tally is going to give you accounting and inventory basic feature. Okay, so that is why when you create a company, it is going to give you my accounts and inventory part. Okay, now there is something called Tally feature, where we need a one full dedicated session on understanding the Tally features. How do you configure, how do you enable, how do you disable? We will do that little later. Okay, so by default it gives you accounts and inventory. Similarly, when you create a company in Tally Prime, it again gives you the, by default it gives you your accounting inventory, and also your GST part, since GST is going to be a major thing. So you will see here in the master there is slight change that has happened, which is now here in ERP it very clearly says, if you want to create accounting master, go inside this. If you want to create an inventory master, go inside this, right? But in gateway of Tally, in Tally Prime, it just says create. Go inside. We will all go into each one of them at a later point in time. So to create any master, whether it is accounting master, inventory master, or any master, you go to create. It is much more simpler and easy now. So you don't have to get confused. In this case, what happens? People used to get confused. Accounting master. What is accounting master? Inventory master. Okay. So here it says create. When you go inside, Tally will ask you whether you want accounting or inventory master. Okay. So now you also have alter, which has come on top of it, right? So rather than getting into inside menu from the Tally ERP. So if you want to alter any master, it is there on the face of gateway of Tally. You can select them. You can alter inventory master. You can alter um accounting masters, right? So one change, big change that has been brought in here is that if you see, we had gone to chart of account, which is your list of account. Okay, so in Tally ERP9, to see the default groups and ledgers that Tally gives, what did we do? From the gateway of Tally, we went to display, and from display we selected list of account, and then we saw the list of default groups and ledger that Tally gives you. Now here the chart of account is available now on the top screen, which is your gateway of Tally, right? So when you come here, the chart of account, you don't have to go to display list of account. You have here. So since I said chart of account is playing a very important role for you to organize your masters, properly. Okay. So my chart of account, the hotkey is H. So I'm going to press H, and now it is asking you, what is the chart of account that you want to see. So let me say that I want to see ledger. I'll explain about how do you select those other things. Okay, and when we come into understanding the group, so one nice thing that has happened here, if you see, let me just so I'm going to display here list of account here, and we saw that here in okay. So I think this is good, excellent. Okay, right. So if you see here, it gives you in the alphabetical thing, but here it is more clearer now, right? So this will give you, it is very easy for you to now in Tally Prime, it is very easy for you to see, okay, what are the default groups Tally provides you under your asset. So you remember we had said that all our accounts will roll up to four major group, which is your asset, liability, expenditure, and income. So Tally now gives you this in this way, so that it becomes easy for even a non-commerce or a non-accounting person to see, okay, what items forms part of my asset, liability, expenditure, and my income. So unlike what you see here, it is more clustered or given it based on the four primary group. So you will see here, okay, so all asset related default groups and ledgers are there. We will see in the next session how to identify a group and a ledger. Okay, so this is asset related information, right? These are your liability related informations, right? And this under your expenses, you have this. If you remember, in our fundamentals of accounting, as a summary slide, we had in the P&L account, we had expenses on the left hand side, income on the right hand side, and I had shown three boxes, right, where you said purchase is called out separately, which is a group, and then you have this direct expenditure and your indirect expenditure. Similarly, these three groups are there in your expenses, and three groups you will have similar kind of a group you will have in your income: direct income, indirect income, and sales account. So I'm sure that uh, if people are watching my previous videos sequentially, it becomes more easy for you to understand and also to distinguish between an expenditure, between a direct expenditure and indirect expenditure. And also we know what is the impact and implication it has on your GP, which is your gross profit. Okay, so this is the chart of account that Tally provides you in Tally Prime, right? So in the next session, we will try and come to this chart of account. In ERP it says list of account, in Prime it says chart of account. Okay, it's very important that first time when you people are seeing any screen in Tally, I would request you that please read each and every word that is being given, because every information is relevant for you. The moment you are clear about the information, then you know exactly what you are doing. Okay, so the next session, we will see how to interpret or how to visualize which one is a primary group and which one is a subgroup and which one in the list is a ledger. Okay, so thank you again uh, for staying till the end. Okay, so as usual, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe, and please, you can share these links to your friends and colleagues so that they can also get benefited out of it. And see you all until the next session. Thank you very much.